Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. So sekarang kita dah for another, this is actually the third session of the year lah for ESDpresso. So I'm Rafidah Hod, I'm your head barista, and we have our barista for today is Associate Professor Dr. Norizah binti Mohd Mustamil. So as you all know, who have joined us before in one of the ESDpresso session, this slot is actually to talk more on the ESD, Education for Sustainable Development. So this is the first time that we invite more of to know more about ESD in a specific field. So before this, the prior two sessions, it's quite general and overview. But now we are looking at perhaps sharing from different perspective of different fields. So for one, we'd like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Norizah from University of Malaya, who will share with us her experience and all the interesting things that we might learn from her in terms of ESD. So without further ado, kita invite lah. And the session is very laid back, santai. So hopefully that will be very beneficial for all of us. We can learn something and from sharing with each other. So the floor is yours, Dr. Norizah.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's a lunchtime actually, and I have my own coffee today, my espresso. And of course, thank you so much, Dr. Rafidah, CADe-Lead for inviting me. And I think this is actually a session that a pleasure to be shared with everyone. So my name is Norizah, and I'm from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Department of Management and Marketing. And I've been with UM since 2001, Dr. Rafidah. So 24 years dah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, dah lama.
Yeah.
So there are many things, that we can share together. So I have prepared a slide. So maybe the organizer can allow me as co-presenter.
Okay, you can see your desktop now.
Okay, cool. So can you see my slide now?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Selection. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. I cannot see my slide. Can you see my slide?
Oh, it's no longer there. Just now it was on earlier. Okay, now it's
Okay,
on.
now, okay, then I know why. All right, cool. Today's topic is embedding sustainability in MBA curriculums, community engagement strategy and experiential engagement strategy to enhance ESD impact in business education. For informations, I actually genuinely excited to share something that is very close to my heart. When we discuss about sustainability, definitely this is actually the approach that we try to embed sustainability into business education. So we are not only talking about the concept that we talk about, but we try to expose students with life and experience. As I mentioned to you, I'm from the Faculty of Business and Economics at Universiti Malaya, where I teach this course. We call it as business ethic, corporate governance, and sustainable society. I know it's very mouthful. It's very long, long name for one subject. And over the years, teaching this subject actually changed the way that I see education. It remind me that as educator, we don't just teach theory or build competency, but realize that we are shaping people who one day they will lead, they will make decision and influence life. So we are talking about preparing a professional for the workplace. We are talking about someone who will be nurtured as a future leader, will make a choice that affect real people, real community, and of course our planet. So that's why I always say to my colleague, we are talking about producing a smart graduate, but that should not be the focus only. We need to have someone who has the responsibility and aware that they are a responsible one. I mean the leader. So we need leader who can think critically, act ethically, and of course care deeply. So
Yeah.
for me, teaching sustainability is not about adding another topic to the syllabus, but also nurturing a way of thinking. So that is actually the aspiration that we bring together when we introduce students with this particular subject. We believe that every decision that our MBA student make in the classroom, it is something that they should feel, live, not just learn. So what we will share today is basically about how it happened in practice, how community engagement and experiential learning have helped turn sustainability from a theory on paper into a living, breathing experience for our student. As I share with you, we are teaching MBA student. You know, MBA student ni dia sangat bijak because for our MBA program, for example, in our university, it's a must for you to have at least 3 years working experience. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the students who enter the MBA program, they actually already in the middle position. Either they are executive, either they are managers, and some of them at the C-suite line. We are talking about director of the company, chairman of the board member, senior managers. So based on my observation, they are incredibly sharp, confident, analytical, and very strategic. You ask them to read financial statement in minutes, they can read. They don't have any problem. They can
Yeah.
they can build business model overnight pun, and
Mm.
debate corporate strategy like seasoned executive. And this is what I really enjoy about MBA class. We also have DBA students, of course. They are the high ends group of the student. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's kind of like reflections of what we have. We are really particular about the profile of our MBA student. So at that times, when I first start, back from my PhD in 2010, I was assigned to teach MBA class for this particular subject. So the teaching approach focused heavily on case study. We analyze problem, we taking roles and solving ethical dilemma. And based on my observation that really caught my attention, yeah, uh, whenever I brought up question about ethics, about people, about the environment, something interesting happened. You could sense a pulse of in the room, of students in the room, a moment
Mm-hmm.
of quiet reflection. They suddenly become very soft and they pause and they said that, hey, we really get the chance, opportunity to think about how business decision might affect people, community, or the environment. Because they said that, yeah, we know that business is about making money, isn't it? Even we have the phrase, Dr. Rafidah,
Mm.
business ethic as an oxymoron. Macam you mencurah air di daun keladi.
Mm.
Remix. When you start establishing your business, the first thing that thought in your mind is actually making money. Profit is everything. So that moment is actually stay with me. It made me realize that yes, our student memang incredibly capable, but what they sometimes need is actually space of reflection. They should not only answer the questions about how do we grow the business, but they should also answer who benefit and what at what cost. So these are
Mm.
the questions that again we try to throw to our student, and that is when I begin to see my role as an educator differently.
Mm.
And I felt like, hey, we are teaching ethics. We
Mm.
emphasize that students should embed all this ethical value, but the issue is actually how to deliver this to our student. And we realize that business education is not only about producing skill manager. So it's about nurturing the concise leader. So people who can connect with their decision to value, ethics, and the broader impact, especially to the society and the planet. So this is where take my moments and start thinking that, hey, I want to have the class that can help students see business not just an economic activity, but
Mm.
a human one. So something that can really touch life, shape community, and of course, kind of world we want to build together. So that's why masa mula-mula when we assign for this subject, of course, the subject is focusing on again business case study and so on. So during our curriculum review at the faculty level, my team and I took a step back and asked ourselves, how can we ensure that this mindset is embedded right at the heart of what we teach? So that is where we revise the CLO, the course learning outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And we add a new one, which is integrate ethical framework through a community service program.
Mm-hmm.
This new outcome ni basically allows students to practice what they have experienced by engaging directly with real community, especially experience about ethical decision making based on the concept, based on the theory that they have learned in class. So we are talking about not just read about it, but try to deliver, try to what I call that, put in a picture, especially to make sure that they can feel what they have learned in class. So we also committed, to review the course regularly to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that it's continue to reflect the current reality and evolving sustainable priority. And in fact, Dr. Rafidah, this semester, we
Mm-hmm.
rebrand the subject because we said that panjang sangat. So we said
Mm-hmm.
that business ethic and ESG. So this is
Yes.
actually to reflect not just ethic and governance, but also our growing emphasis on sustainability and environmental, social and governance impact. So we believe that this is how we make sure that the course is actually relevant,
Mm-hmm.
reflective, and of course deeply human. So um, this is what I teach in my class. In my first class, first slide. I
Mm-hmm.
always begin with this diagram, the triple bottom line, which shows the three dimension that define what truly sustainable business look like. We are talking about people, social performance, planet, environmental performance, and profit economic performance. Trust me, not many students aware about this sustainability. They are like, oh, we thought it's about profit and people, but they forgot that they also have the responsibility toward planet. And some of them like, hey, this is first time that I knew we have sustainability framework, which is again very interesting. And I make sure that they know the concept of triple bottom line because this will be the guideline for the whole week of this particular subject. So
Mm-hmm.
but I do admit lah, for a long time business school, and I include myself juga lah, focus almost entirely on the first circle, the profit. Okay, we
Fit.
train student to think about growth, market share, performance.
Mm-hmm.
Main reason that we have to prepare CSR report because we have to fulfill the requirement. We have to show
Yeah.
that hey, we concerns about community, we concerns about environment. So this will establish a good reputations, image, especially for stakeholder and shareholder. So we do
Mm-hmm.
that. But then those important, of course, over time, we come to realize that without context and conscience, profit alone doesn't build anything that truly lasts. And many studies have shown that, as you aware that what had happened to Enron, one MDB, for example, serba dynamic, is basically show we need to embed ethics in business. And without emphasizing on this component, it will jeopardize business, especially the sustainability. So this is what we taught our student, especially to make sure that they aware the crucial components, especially in making, decision for business. So we believe also that real leadership today is about understanding the business decision. So we tell them that any business decisions have consequences. We are not talking about the consequences for the company, but it's beyond the boardroom. They shape life, communities, and even ecosystems. So sustainability doesn't belong at the age of business education. It's belong its core. And it's not just about theory or concepts or whatever that we learn in class, but we believe that ethics, sustainability is something that students need to feel and experience for themselves. So when they step outside of the classroom and connect with real community, when they see firsthand how business decisions affect people life, sustainability suddenly stop being just a concept. So it become personal, it become real. So people understand, oh, kenapa sustainability is very crucial, especially for leader to embed this component in their business decision. So with that in mind, we wanted to move beyond just talking about responsibility. We wanted our student to live it. So part of the course, we introduce what we call as community engagement project. So that is our way of embedding CSR into learning experience. And it's a chance for students to step out of the classroom and work directly with community, organization or small business to apply what they have learned in real and human context. So we believe that is where the real learning happen. So through this community engagement, students begin to realize that responsible leadership is not something abstract or idealistic. It's basically practical. Boleh dibuat, they meet the people outside of the classroom. They try to deliver the concept of sustainability through this project. So it's about the everyday choice that create value, not only for shareholder, but for society and environment. So this is what we emphasize in our class. In fact, I always, tell my student that, guys, business has the power to build or to break society, and education is actually determines which part it takes. So this is the interesting part when you have MBA students lah in class. They are very mature student. They can argue with you, they debate with you, and they are not simply accept whatever that you say in class. It always a lots of discussion in class actually. So when we bring sustainability into the MBA classroom, especially through community-based project, we give students the chance to see impact with their own eye. So they start understand the business success mean very little if it doesn't also strengthen the world around it. And that's when business education that truly begin to shift. I believe that from focusing only on success to focusing on significant, you are not only talking about change it, but actually creating it. So I would like to share with you what we are doing in class.
Okay.
In subject, of course students still learn lah, all the fundamental. Mereka kena belajar lah konsep,
Mhm.
deontology, relativism, utilitarianism, and all that theories, underpinnings of this ethical concept.
This
Uh,
is your MBA class then,
these are MBA student.
right?
So as I share with you, at
Mm.
least years working experience. So memang
Yeah.
student lah in the class.
Mhm.
So we go through well-known case study, both international and local. And
Mhm.
it's a must case. One MDB is a must case. I make sure
Okay.
that they know what is happening in Enron and one MDB. Then later we introduce lah the case of Nike, Tabung Haji, Serba Dynamic. And trust me, student debate, discuss, and challenge each other view. I remember, Dr. Rafidah, I have one session that we really discuss about one MDB. And suddenly one of my students says that, Doctor, we have one MDB staff in the class. So we force him to go to the front and share with us, the perspective of one MDB employee at that particular time. So it is happening in our class. But beyond that, I wanted them to feel what ethics and sustainability means in real life. So we asked them to conduct a community engagement or CSR project. They have to step out of the classroom, meet people, and apply what they have learned in real setting. So,
Mhm.
of course, they can work with almost anyone,
Mhm.
government ke, private agency, school, NGO, business enterprise or community organization. So basically their role ni sebenarnya to solve problem or design ethical business strategy or draft sustainability report or build simple business model or even plan outreach activities. So I leave it to them. I give them freedom to just set up whatever kind of activity that they feel suitable to meet the theme of that objective for that particular program. Of course, we provide them with SDG to make sure that they know exactly the main component when they want to create the project and execute the project. Well, it's a simple idea. Trust me. Okay. But it changed everything. Suddenly we realized that sustainability is not just a topic in class, and students also realize that sustainability is something that is can go beyond than just a discussion in class. So it's about conversation with a board member, a business owner, a school teacher, a farmer, or even they have a meeting with a single mother running a small business. So I really encourage them to work with anyone. And sometimes it's a dialogue with a startup that's struggling to survive when while trying to do good at the same time. Again, oxymoron. They establish business because of the profit, but in the same time, they have to also consider ethics, good, and so on. So this is where they try to make sure that everything can be delivered in this particular operation. So we frame this experience, yeah, where the students have the discussion and so on. What I call as learn, engage, reflect, and impact. So this is the experiential learning in the class that we establish. So they learn
Mhm.
the ethical framework in class.
Mhm.
They engage with communities to apply those framework. They
Mhm.
reflect through the topic, through presentations on what they have learned about leadership, empathy, the universal value, the ethical value, responsibility, and finally, they create impact. So not in huge headline grabbing, we are not talking about big scale of project, but in small human moment that reshape how they see business and purpose. So we want them to understand sustainability is something that should be embedded in business uh, to again make sure that they consider all that three main component. We are talking about the people, we are talking about the profit, and also the planet. So the way that we structure is quite intentional sebenarnya, Doctor. We have 14 weeks in the semester. So the
Mhm.
first half focus ni on building the theoretical foundation. So that is where they learns about all these concept, theories and so on.
Mhm.
In week 5, we brief students on the project requirement. So we share with them all the details. So this is where the Q&A will be very thorough between us and also the student to make sure that they know exactly what they have to do. After
Mhm.
that, they begin discussion in their group to decide what kind of project they want to pursue. One group, one project. For example, yeah, in class we have about 50 students. So
Mhm.
it will be divided into 5 small group. So each group about 10 students, and they can discuss. They can throw their idea in order for them to conduct the CSR program. But we only want one project. Okay, so
Mhm.
that project must reflect the SDG theme. So they have to justify why they select that project. So when they return from the semester break in week 8, they present
Mhm.
project idea. So they have an ample time lah for about 3 to 4 weeks to discuss with the team member, to approach, to have initial discussion with the appropriate parties. And week 8, after semester break tu, they have to present their project idea. And trust me, this season is always lively. Students give each other feedback, challenge idea, and even
Mhm.
offer connection from their own network. We even
Mhm.
can simply get apa ni, those who want to donate masa dia orang
Mhm.
present that particular idea. So it's a
Mhm.
wonderful lah to see them
Ah.
thinking and thinking beyond the classroom because they are MBA student. They know that they can use the network and
Yeah.
leverage all that connection with others. So that class is that session is always very very interesting session. So in this idea presentation session, yeah, one of the key things we emphasize is sustainability of the project itself. So we don't encourage one of event or token gesture. We want a project that continue to make a different even after the course end, something meaningful for the beneficiary. So we always ask this question, what's next? Okay, you buat project ni, so what's next? What happened after you finish all this project with them? What is the continuity of the project? So this is where we try to teach the student the sustainability is very crucial component in order for them to understand, especially in executing this project. And once they have presented in week 8, so normally we give them a cooling period lah. Week 9, they can have another discussion with the external parties, and they can actually kind of like revise, review, relook at their idea. And from week 10 to week 13, this 4 week, student focus on executing their project. So they don't have to come to class. But during this time, I meet weekly with the team leader to track progress, discuss challenges, and ensure that their activity truly reflects the core objective of the subject. So we always have that discussions, and for example, some challenges in terms of the procedures where we required some involvement of our faculty management. So this is where we will assist our student to make sure that everything will be conducted smoothly. And trust me, that these 4 weeks is actually very busy week. It's most rewarding part of the course lah, because you can see the transformation is happening. Students are very excited to share their progress in the WhatsApp group. They are making sure that I actually in the what you call that, I'm aware about what is happening, about their progress and so on. So the if there are any problem also, the leader always contact us to share any issue.
Yeah.
So week 10 to week 13, they are very busy. And some of these photo, they are conducting programs with the council for the beach cleaning project. Another photos is showing about they actually bring all the orphanage students to Zoo Negara. They built a module for the Child Kid Foundation where they cater the students in that particular area. And there are many other community engagement conducted by this MBA student. And after they finish with all the project, in week 14, they have completed. We have what I like to call our celebration class. So it's the presentation day. Because we only have 14 weeks kan. So for week 14 ni is one of the most beautiful session lah of the semester. So each group comes to share their story, who they work with, what they set out to do, and what was actually happened along the way. But what I love most is how they talk about the journey, the challenges, the moment of doubt, the small win that made it all worth it. You can really see how much they have grown. Some of them, present, cry, because they can feel the enjoyment in executing this project. We assess their project based on three main components. First is actually their level of involvement. So how committed and responsible they were throughout the project. For example, let's say they want to be a volunteer. Yeah, we have no problem. We allow them to do so. They can actually be a volunteer for any established or existing program. So in that particular activity, we will band them as the lowest band 1. Okay, but uh, if they actually create the program, if they establish the program from A to Z, and they actually deserve to get a band 6, the highest band for this particular program. Second is actually their engagement with external partner. So we observe, we assess how they communicated, collaborated, and build trust with the organization on communities they work with. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, after they send us the report, we will get back to these particular organizations or communities. We would ask their feedback regarding about our student project. So this is where you can actually listen from, from them. Either they are happy with the project, either they think there are some loophole in the project, and they quite honest and genuine in expressing their feeling about the projects of our student. And the third component that we assess our students for this project is actually the social, environmental, or economic impact of the project. So because we want them to understand the leadership is measured not just by effort, but also by effect. So this is what we emphasize to our student. And after the group presentation, each student need to submit an individual reflection report. So this part is actually where they step back and write something quite honestly about what they have experienced and the meaning of this project for them. And you can see, some of them talk about how it was their first time working closely with a community. So others share how they have learned to listen more, to lead with empathy, and to see business decision through the lens of humanity. And
Mm.
every semester, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. Yeah, I find myself reading their reflection with a full heart lah, because you can see the shift. They no longer talk about profit or performance in isolation. It's very different from the first discussions about sustainability. They start talking about purpose. And that's when I know this is what education is meant to do lah, especially for this subject. So I would like to share with all of you. Last in our recent semester, semester 2 session 2024-2025, there are many projects, and I've been inspired by the project of this MBA student. And you'll be surprised how capable and creative they are, especially given how short semester is. They
Mm.
managed to design, execute program. And last semester alone, we had 10 community engagement project under this module. So I would like to share just three of them to give
Yes.
you a sense of how sustainability is live in our curriculum, especially in this project. At first, it's actually project what we call the nourishing community promoting sustainable nutrition for B40 family. The focus actually help focus initiative in Danau quarter with
Mm.
PPR. So the student conducted nutrition workshop with 300 family, teaching
Mm.
them how to make healthier and more sustainable food choice. And the interesting part, what made this project truly special was that they secured a 3-year partnership with Beacon Mart, who pledged to donate chicken supply for the program annually, 600 kg per cycle. So this is something that, again, to make sure the continuity of the project. The second is actually Light for Inclusion, empowering orang asli through sustainable energy. Focus on bridging infrastructure gap between urban and rural community. So the student partner with Solar Tech and successfully install 7 outdoor and 16 indoor solar light units in an orang asli settlement. And beyond the light, of course, you are talking about broad visibility, showing how small act of sustainability can restore dignity and opportunity. It's like very small thing, but for this orang asli, is something that make them very, very happy, make them feel they can really understand the benefits of this project through the students.
Orang asli kampung mana, Dr. Norizah? Orang
Di
asli
Pahang.
Pahang.
Yeah, yeah. So they collaborate with the company actually.
I see.
Yeah, and they also, I think they also get the approval from the Jabatan Orang Asli tu.
Hmm.
Okay, and then the third one is actually the mangrove conservation awareness. The student, they collaborated with Wetland International Malaysia, a not-for-profit organization
Mhm.
dedicated to conserving and restoring wetland. Together, they organized awareness program and planted 300 mangrove seedling in Bagan Pasir Tanjung Karang. So they even invited secondary school students from the Tara Foundation and public volunteer to join and managed to secure sponsorship from several partners. So again, we try to embed the sustainability blend together with environmental education with community participation. Okay,
Mm.
so this is what I share with you. Okay, now we start talking about the challenge. Um, guys, they are MBA students. They are doing this part time.
Mm.
And honestly speaking, uh, is always about time and mindset lah. In a
Mm.
packed MBA program is so easy for sustainability to feel like something extra. In fact, for this particular project, student will gain 50% from the assessment. And I'll
Mm.
be honest, even some student and sometimes colleague too used to see something soft or maybe even idealistic. They don't think that it is actually has the impact for the student. And over time, yeah, I learned to reframe it. I
Mm.
start saying that it's not charity, it's strategy with consign. And one student saw the ESG principle actually build a long-term trust, credibility, and competitiveness, something that click together. So you can see that they really can understand about this concept. Another challenge that I think many educators can relate with this is actually genuine partnership with community. It's not about one-off activity or just ticking a box, but collaboration that take patience and it takes trust. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy to collaborate with community. Although we also taking a brand of Universiti Malaya, we told them that we would like to contribute something, but
Mm.
honestly, it's always very challenging, especially for the student. So many of our partnership is actually start very small. Sometimes through our student, alumni, or simple phone call through connection. We allow,
But
yeah.
but why is that? I mean, why the community resists because they had bad experience before that, or
Yeah, I think so because every time when we had discussions, yeah, especially with the beneficiary, they always said that, oh, it's just one-off program. Yeah, we can see a benefit, but they don't see the continuity of the program. So that is why they quite reluctant to cooperate with us at first. But then after they realize that it's actually a very good program that expose our student. We actually bring our student together for discussion, so they know that this is kind of like benefit for them. They feel that we want take advantage on them lah. That one yang kita boleh nampak their concerns when we want to conduct CSR with them.
Mm.
Yeah. So we always have a discussion with them. We ask the questions. What can our student do that genuinely helpful to you? Although we sometimes realize that students they are very ambitious, but we cater with the question: Is this what the beneficiary want? Have you asked them, is this what they really want? Do you think that with these particular activities you are solving their problem? So with these kinds of discussion, it's actually reshape the idea of that project to make sure that it reflect the objective of this subject. So for example, partnership with Bacon Mart. It started as a small pilot project during the nutrition program. And over time, when we had discussion, it became a 3-year commitment.
Mm.
That's what I mean when I say sustainability begins not with grand gesture, but with trust. They are very excited. They even say that, hey, do let us know if you have this kinds of program. We are more than happy to collaborate with Universiti Malaya. So I believe this is again, when they can really see the impact of the program, they put the trust on us to continue with a future program.
Mm.
And honestly, what keep me doing this, what make it all worthwhile is seeing how much the student change. They
Mm.
come back from the field with new energy, calmer, more thoughtful, more human somehow. And I still remember one of my students say that, oh, I used to think sustainability is about policy and report. I thought that sustainability report is actually to kind of like show off, to establish image and reputations, to make sure that, hey, we are doing something nice to people. We are doing
Mm-hmm.
something nice to planet and environment. So now they realize that is beyond than that. So another one told me that leading their project made them see business as a form of service. And to me, that's everything lah. Balance between confidence and humility. And I know that learning has gone beyond the classroom. And of course, we cannot do this alone. Business play a crucial role. We always have communicated with business, not just by ask them to give funding, but by opening their doors, mentoring students, sharing real ESG challenges. We invite them to share with our students. In fact, to the level of co-designing project with us. And that is how we build future leader together. And I believe also that university and business should not work in a separate work. We are partner in building sustainable future. And when I look at the students, it's about success, responsibility, and leadership. And from the phase after they finish all this project, then I know we have done something meaningful for the student. Dr. Rafidah, I've been teaching this subject since 2011, almost a decade and a half now. And over the year, I've seen how much it has evolved. But what hasn't changed is the joy of watching students grow through this experience. When they come back to class after their project, you can really feel the difference. The way they thought, the way they think is different. They start using words of responsibility, fairness, community value without me even prompting them in class. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I know something has shifted. They no longer see sustainability as a topic with and on, but something that life in every decision a leader make. So this is something that I really enjoy, and I feel the most rewarding part lah. Seeing that quite transformation happen. That's why I think this is should be um, embedded in all other subject. Although I might be very ambitious about it, but I believe it can be happen. It's just a matter that we need to sit down, we need to review, relook on how we want to embed these components of sustainability in our module. So I think with that, I
I
stop
see.
the presentation so we can have Q&A session.
Yeah, because thank you so much, Dr. Norizah, for sharing all your experiences and slides and your community projects. So, we don't have any questions yet in the chat box. Tapi kalau ada any of the audience you want to just unmute yourself, you can just tanya Dr. Norizah lah. She'll be able to explain. So, because I think all the questions that I thought I wanted to ask, so I think you have answered along the way in your presentation lah, like how it looks like, and then the challenges, and the transformation of students and all that. So what perhaps kalau kita ada soalan dulu, maybe perhaps what would be your how would you make this go to another level? I mean, how would you advance this really nice effort that's been continuing, that's been done since 2011? And how do you see, like in the 5 years, what else can be improved?
Okay. Um, One thing that when we conduct this program, we realize that we face another challenge in handling money. Okay, we realize that is one of the issue that we need to tackle thoroughly. Because there are so many people who want to donate money, especially to make sure that we can execute this program. But we don't have a proper platform to cater that,
Mm,
honestly speaking. Because if
yeah.
you go through the university, then there will be another story lah, the hierarchical, the procedural, and so on. So,
Yes.
but we believe that this challenge can be managed. So
Mhm.
to make sure that we can improve the procedure to establish a proper system and structure,
Mhm.
we have established a center that really focus on this particular program to assist this module.
Mm.
The center name is Business and Society Center. under the Faculty of Business and Economics. So it is under the management of the faculty. I am director of the center, and we
Yes.
have the team consists all the educators who are teaching this subject.
Mm.
Because we want to enhance the program. We believe that with the MBA student, there are so many potential because guys, they have the network, they have connection,
Yeah.
and trust me, they know exactly how to enhance the impact of this program. So we are so excited about it. Honestly speaking, Dr. Rafidah, money is not an issue for them. They can,
Wah,
yeah, they can simply,
bestnya.
yeah, they can simply make a phone call and they know that,
Phone call.
yeah. So we know that, oh, this is very beautiful, and very potential. So in order for us to cater to leverage all this opportunity, we believe that with the establishments of the Business and Society Center, we can have a proper platform to manage the financial procedures,
Mm.
to make sure that we have kind of like system and structure to be a bridge between industry and of course the student in order to execute impactful program. Because CSR ni very common. Everyone is
Mm.
doing it. At the university level pun we have the unit that cater for this particular program. But we keep saying to the student, it's not just about CSR. It's not just about one-off program. You have to understand the sustainability component. You have to inject the continuity component. So, bila you habis dengan diorang ni, they know that what's next for them. So, hopefully, inshallah, in the next 5 years, we can have the established programs under the center.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Norizah. Okay, I don't have any questions from the audience. Good. I can see Dr. Wan ada uh, comments ke apa ke? Dr. Wan belum unmute.
Sorry, ingatkan dah
Ah,
nak mute. Oh, sorry, cakap seorang-seorang. Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Norizah, for accepting our invitation as our barista this afternoon. Sorry lah, taking your lunch time. Okay, congratulations on all your efforts for more than 10 years punya initiative. If I may ask, how do you see that this approach is applicable and scalable to other discipline?
Okay. First and foremost, thank you juga for inviting me. First time I jadi barista ni, Dr. Wan. I'm so
So,
excited.
yeah, our cafe series ni, so we have different menus.
Yeah,
So
I feel like
menus.
wow. So I'm so excited about this model, and I think that wow, this is very interesting that we haven't had this kinds of program in UM pun. So I do admit lah, okay, at one point there are so many issues and challenges when we start introduce this and we try to invite other discipline to join us.
Mm-hmm.
So at our initial discussion, when we start with this program, we invite our student from different subject to join as volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is our initial step lah, to invite other discipline to join us. But then we realized that when it come to MBA program, Dr. Wan, it's
Mm.
very packed program. I
Yeah.
do admit that lah.
Mm.
In fact, we receive some, says that, oh no, they don't have time to provide energy, time, and money to other subject.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think one of the component that we think can be done is actually to have a continuous discussion with other educator from other discipline too. We have to make sure that they understand this. So what we are doing is actually try to capture if there are any sustainability topic in other subject, so
Mhm.
that is where we will chip in. We will introduce them with our program, with our project, and we encourage them to participate. We're still in the process of convincing the educator to allow the student to join us. But
Mm.
I think again we are talking about MBA student, and of
Yeah.
course there are some challenges in terms of the time and so on.
Commitment,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, commitment.
Part
We do
time kan?
accept that.
Yeah.
So for now, it is fully solely at our module. Yeah, yeah.
Voluntary.
But we encourage the voluntary, contributions from the students from other subject juga.
Hmm. Because I think what one of the challenges in any universities is trying to work collaboratively, transdisciplinary.
Betul.
At any level lah, bachelor ke, master ke, especially in masters lah, because it's very niche and targeted competencies that you want to your students to acquire.
Indeed.
Unless it is actually designed in the curriculum.
Yes, yes. This is actually a core paper
Okay.
for the MBA student.
Oh, I
So
see.
by hook or by crook,
Mm.
student has to go through this module
Okay.
to reflect the PLO. So there's one component of the community leadership semua yang related to the engagement activities. So this is actually a capstone for that particular PLO. So that's why all the MBA student they have to take this subject. So we encourage our student to take the subject at the beginning of the semester of the program tu. So maksudnya semester 1, semester 2 tu kita sangat encourage the student to take the subject. But
Okay.
still depends on the student schedule lah.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah.
So your MBA is, sorry, I masuk lambat sikit tadi. Your MBA is 1.5 year or 2 years?
Ideally 1.5 years. If they
Okay.
want to have 1.5 years, so we design the schedule. So they have to follow that to finish 1.5 years. But averagely, I would say is that 2 to 2.5 years.
Okay, 2
Yeah.
years. Okay. Interesting ni Dr. Rafidah boleh bawa dengan for our MBA dekat UPM.
Yeah,
Kan?
yeah. In fact, we can collaborate pun. I dah
Exactly.
terbayang dah fikir macam-macam ni that we can
Yes.
collaborate together.
Nanti kita connect with our dean of
Yes,
Yeah.
the School of
Money
Business.
is not an issue mengikut kata Dr. Norizah because dia
Well,
network kan students
sama lah
network.
juga dengan kita punya pun. Okay.
Yelah, so bila
So,
collaborate
so
lagi lah.
SDE pun money is not an issue mungkin. Okay.
Itu yang nak didengar. Okay.
Yang
Can
lain-lain ni yang hadir ni tak nak tanya soalan, Dr. Juju? Nak kena panggil nama ni.
panggil nanti lah. Saya dah nak end dah tu. Mak tu ada tu.
Ada apa, Dr. Wan? Okey, tengah gambarkan dapat idea untuk program dengan student. Banyak idea daripada tadi kan yang kita belajar
Betul.
especially on dia macam dia assign student macam tu semua kan. Itulah teringin nak buat juga. Tengah plan macam alamak esok kelas tapi nak plan hari ni macam best je. Saya macam diam, kena fikir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Betul.
Mungkin masa mula-mula kita buat ni, when we discuss how we can actually have this program ni, we use our expertise. We really leverage our expertise based on our kepakaran lecturer. We ask lecturer to assist us. For example, we have one project where we actually assist that particular business for their business model. Masa tu COVID happen, so business banyak yang ter-effect dengan COVID. So there's one project that we really help them to redesign their business model. So this is where we invite all the lecturer from marketing, from operation, from IT to give them to ask them to contribute their input, especially how this can help the business in facing with COVID and so on. So kita start daripada kecil dulu. Kita start among lecturer-lecturer dulu duduk, discuss. Dan kita terus beritahu dengan student, okay, this is what you have to do. Then kita minta dia continue that idea with the beneficiary, with the support of the lecturer lah.
So, in the kind of community engagement that you had kan, mungkin ada some areas yang macam less popular or perhaps it's a bit difficult to do. Ada ke area yang lebih
Oh,
challenging?
okay.
Ada tak
Student ni,
area?
Dr. Rafidah, when we say that, okay guys, come up with the idea. Oh my God, they have a very ambitious idea. They want to conquer the world. Okay, at first lah. And then of course we tell them that, hey, you only have 4 weeks, okay? And most importantly, you have to make sure that you can execute the project. I remember at first they said that, oh, we want to plant 10,000 mangrove in Banting. Then we said that, no, you cannot do that. Because again, you have to look at the capacity and capability of your team member. So we, of course, we always ask them to review, to relook, to revise the idea. But let me tell you, one of the things that we put the limitations of our student. We don't have any problem for them to work with orphanage. We are more than happy, but we don't really encourage that because it's very popular. Students love to work with this anak-anak yatim apa semua. The problem that, bukanlah problem, tapi the issue that we observe, if you collaborate with this particular group, is very kind of like, is macam mana nak cakap? Dia macam bila you buat program dengan diorang punya expectation is very high. They want to have opportunity. Dia nak
Who put
by
the expectation?
By the beneficiary lah.
Oh, beneficiaries.
By the orphanage tu. Dia nak benda tu continuous.
Dia nampak long term.
Dia nampak long term. So,
Bukan
saya rasa macam, walaupun kita try that any program, tapi dia punya expectation is like, every month you datang tengok dia, every month. So, kita kena bagi tahu lah awal-awal, this is the limitation and so on. To make sure that student pun aware, the beneficiary pun aware.
Okay. From there, this one susulan daripada situlah ya. I'm just thinking, kalau lah if we can from here, from your sharing, if we can extend this to discuss further on how we can leverage on your initiatives ni, working together with the undergraduates, with the undergraduates program, yang right now, for example, they are having, for example, service learning as part of the courses in their programs. Macam UPM kita ada dedicated programs yang kita ada program yang ada dedicated course yang for service learning.
Yeah.
You see, it's very rare to find MBA, especially MBA lah, for example, for this community work. And okay, now what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking is these students, when they actually tanam all these mangrove and do apa ni with how do we actually leverage their expertise and experience sebagai student MBA ni, so that they can actually really make use of the knowledge too, and either in the form of coaching, mentoring the juniors or the students, or nak sustain kalau nak sustain the initiative tu, these undergraduate ni dia boleh come the next batch kan boleh bantu. But kick off tu ataupun to initiate perhaps with this MBA group of people. That's another way of looking at it also.
Oh, okay. So the continuity too is actually
by the
undergrad.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Kan, because you see the MBA ni they want satu, they are very experienced people.
Yeah, very experienced.
Most of them may not be all of them, but most of them, and they don't have much time, and those time that they can have or they can spend is actually to sort of like bagi idea, coaching and tunjuk jalan or how to manage, how to, troubleshoot problem. Execution, maybe the other group of
The other
people,
group.
something like that.
Yeah,
Kan?
yeah.
Like sort of like consultant to the juniors.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that
Oh, I
lah.
like that. I like that. I mean, well, I have the opportunity to teach MBA and undergrad this semester. Yeah, I would like
That
to
would
do.
be a good platform.
So there will be a pilot project lah for that. Yeah,
Kan?
they continue to. So means that the MBA ni dia jadi mentor.
Yes.
Because again they can leverage the network and connection. And for the implementation part, they will involve the undergrad.
Yes, which is actually kalau you use the sulam approach, then it will
Yeah, sulam.
will be, next semester come, the next batch will actually continue. If the community is not independent yet, for example.
Okay, we'll do that.
Kan?
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Great discussion, great ideas. Dah bercurah masa
Kedua
tu.
dah, okay.
So I think nak kedua 2-3 minit dah. So I think thank you so much Dr. Norizah, and congratulations on all your efforts. Semua tu memang very impressive. So and thank you for sharing it with us. And thank you juga Dr. Wan dengan all the ideas for out. Okay, so sampai sini saja until our next ESDpresso.
Take foto kita.
Alright, terima kasih semua. Keep in touch
Thank you.
and please we can collaborate together in future.
Yeah,